Is that another nomination? Or another candidate consenting?
It's a nomination, Right Honorable Speaker.
Go ahead.
Right Honorable Speaker, first and foremost, allow me congratulate you upon being elected as the Speaker of the 12th Parliament. My name is Kiruruta Yusufu Junior Nkeretanyi, standing here as a representative of the people of Kalungu County East. Before I nominate my candidate, Right Honorable Speaker, allow me first and foremost recognize and appreciate the President of the Republic of Uganda for his presence. Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Uganda, thank you for sacrificing yourself for the past 40 years to be the President of the Republic of Uganda. Right Honorable Speaker, the President has not only sacrificed himself, but he has sacrificed the members of the first family to take on the leadership positions of this family, something that cannot be taken for granted. Right Honorable Speaker, there seems to be a talent for standing as a sacrifice for the people of Uganda from the first family. I hereby, Right Honorable Speaker, as per Rule 6, Sub-Rule 1, 2, 3, and 4, and Article 82 of the Constitution of the Republic of Uganda, nominate my candidate. My candidate is not a minister, he's not a prime minister, and neither is he a vice president. And I go on to nominate my candidate, Honorable Sodo Aine Kaguta, in a way of appreciating the first family for the tremendous work and sacrifice that they have given to this country. Right Honorable Speaker, by virtue of the fact that the 12th Parliament tends to have the biggest percentage having new members, Aine Kaguta, being from the Kaguta family, stands out to lead us for the deputy speakership role by virtue of the fact that the new entrants of the 12th Parliament are many. And by virtue of the fact that the population of the Republic of Uganda, Right Honorable Speaker, with more than 80% below the age of 40 years, I think my candidate stands out at the age of 46 to represent the biggest population of the Republic of Uganda. I beg to nominate.
Is the nomination seconded? I take it that the nomination is not seconded, and therefore are you coming to second the nomination?
His Excellency the President of the Republic of Uganda, the Chief Justice, the Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, my name is Nameere Justin Nsubuga, representing the wonderful people of Masaka City, the agricultural city. Ekibuga kya Ssaabasajja Kabaka. Right Honorable Speaker, the presence of His Excellency the President in this place is a constitutional requirement under the Article 95 of the Constitution of the Republic of Uganda. It carries both fundamental symbolism and protocol significance. It will be an affront to the sovereignty and dignity of the Republic of Uganda for this august House to entertain sweeping statements on protocol without specifically acknowledging the presence of His Excellency the President of Uganda. Right Honourable Speaker, sir, with your leave, I evoke, I'm protected by the Speaker. He allowed me to give a point of order, a point of procedure. Right Honourable Speaker, with your leave, I invoke Rule 5 of the Rules of Procedure of Parliament and humbly pray that you hold Honourable Charles Tebandeke, Member of Parliament, Bale County, National Unity Platform, that you hold him out of order, because when he was addressing this august House, he swept the President under the carpet and said, all protocol observed. Also, Right Honourable Speaker, in your maiden speech today, you outlined 7 pillars upon which you intend to preside without compromise. Members, I'm protected.
I think you need to...
And one of those pillars was strict adherence to the rules of procedure of Parliament. I therefore rely on Rule 5(8) to implore Right Honourable Speaker to uphold Rule 5 as it stands. Since no amendments have been made, I bring it to your attention that there has been no valid nomination of Honourable Nyakato. The member that nominated her did not follow this rule. Right Honourable Speaker, in your maiden speech, you mentioned 7 pillars that you intend to rely on. There has been no nomination. Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker.
Honourable members, you get back to your seats. Please. Honourable Bet, you said you've delayed in this Parliament. You think it's your time to leave? No, you've delayed in this Parliament for 25 years. You know how we... 20. You know how we proceed.
I was giving her order.
Please kindly resume your seat. The Honourable...
Your Excellency, the President, my Lord, the Chief Justice, and honourable colleagues, my name is Kiruruta Hassan, Member of Parliament representing Katikam South. I stand here to move a motion under Rule 5 of our Rules of Procedure that the Honourable Mweru Paul, MP Jinja South Division East, take a chair of Parliament as the Speaker. I beg to submit. My Lord, the Honourable Mweru Paul, I present before you is the best of our candidates for Speakership of the 12th Parliament, the Republic of Uganda. Honourable Mweru Paul is a lawyer holding a bachelor's degree in law from Makerere University, a diploma in legislative drafting from the International Law Institute, diploma in law from a Law Development Center. The Honourable Mweru Paul was a member of the Legal and Parliamentary Affairs Committee in the 9th and the 10th Parliament of Uganda. He served as the chairperson of the Public Accounts Committee in the 9th Parliament. The Honourable Mweru Paul served as the deputy spokesperson for the Forum for Democratic Change and is now the focal person in the National Unity Platform for Busoga West. His candidature is premised on 4 pillars, but I'll deal with the 2, and the remaining 2 shall be dealt with by the seconder. First is the restoration of the rule of law in Parliament. Honourable Mweru Paul our candidate for the position of speakership will uphold accountability and the rule of law by ensuring budget discipline, stamping out wasteful expenditure, redirecting money for donations and corporate social responsibility to parliamentary committees where members actually do the work for Parliament. This will be done through internal resource reallocation without increasing the overall budget of Parliament. To ensure accountability to the public, he will ensure adoption of the public disclosure policy where Parliament will periodically publish its output and attendant costs so that the public can appreciate and hold their leaders to account. Secondly, equity and inclusivity. The Honorable Paul Mwera I present before you, his candidature is premised on treating all members of Parliament fairly and equally. He will ensure that there is equity and inclusivity in the welfare of the members of Parliament and staff of the Parliament and standardized benefits. I present before you the Honorable Paul Mwera for God and my country. I submit.
Thank you so much. Let me have the seconder.
Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Uganda, Your Lordship, the Chief Justice, honorable colleagues, my name is Sarah Luansasula, and I am the woman representative for the people of Jinja City. In accordance with Rule 5, Clause 8, I also associate myself with Honorable Kiruruta, and I am here to second Honorable Mwera Paul to be the Speaker of the 12th Parliament. In addition to what the nominator has said, Honorable Mwera will be responsive of the aspirations of Ugandans, and this he will do by ensuring that funding of government programs is increased to match the increased population growth. He will also ensure that the talk about the tenfold growth strategy is matched with resource allocation. Honorable Mwera is competent, is exemplary, and accountable, so he brings such leadership to the 12th Parliament as a Speaker. Under his leadership, he will cause the reduction of funds to consumptive expenditure and invest more in capacity building of members and staff. In addition, resources will be reallocated to parliamentary committees so that members are adequately enabled to conduct oversight at committee level. Honorable Mwera will cultivate a habit of budget discipline to ensure that funds are spent only on what they have been budgeted for. All members will be aware of what has been allocated to specific activities so that they can hold his leadership accountable. Dear members, Honorable Mwera is a man of integrity. He's a man who does what he says should be done. I urge you all to see Honorable Mwera Paul fit to be our Speaker for the next Parliament, this Parliament, the 12th Parliament. I submit.
Okay, let me have the nominated candidate to come step forward and state his consent to the nomination. Please note that you state the consent and nothing else. according to the rules.
Your Excellency, the President, my Lord, the Chief Justice, honorable colleagues, I take the singular honor to accept the nomination for the chair of the Speaker of the Parliament of Uganda. I thank you.
Thank you so much. Is there any other nomination? Please nominate and continue to make the statement.
Your Excellency, the President, my Lord, the Chief Justice, my name is Okot Peter, Member of Parliament for Tochi, County Inomoro District. I rise under Rule 5, subsection 8 of the Parliamentary Rules of Procedure to move that the Honorable Nobart Mao, Member of Parliament for Laro Peche, do take the chair of this Parliament as the Speaker. My Lord, the Chief Justice, and honorable members, let me give a brief background and qualification of the Honorable Nobart Mao. Nobart Mao was born in 1967 to a mother from Isinjiro and a father from Gulu. He spent most of his formative years in Jinja and had most of his secondary education in the central region. That is why he is commonly referred to as Uganda made simple. My Lord, Nobart Mao had a humble childhood in Lacho and Bobo, where he benefited from the kindness of many. Some of them were total strangers. As a little boy, he herded goats, helped on the farm, and worked as a cobbler, bicycle repairer, and as an apprentice to a tinsmith. His primary school then had no P7 class, but on account of his natural brilliance, he went on to do his primary leaving examination at Magwa Primary School, from where he moved on to Wairaka College for 2 years, and then went to Namiliango College, where he sat for both his O and A-level examination before joining Makerere University. His exceptional communication and interpersonal skills, leadership skills, were recognized early by his peers. While in primary school and even at secondary level, he participated in many debates and seminars where he excelled on account of the courage, clarity, and conviction with which he presented his case. At Makerere University, he was elected president of the Student Guild. At a time when coming from northern Uganda carried a big stigma, he overcame that stigma and rallied students to champion a campaign against the World Bank-inspired policies, referred to as structural adjustment programs. But in reality, it required government in underdeveloped countries to drastically reduce spending on health, education, and livelihoods. The bywords of those policies was cost sharing. The fierce disagreement with the government led to a strike in which 2 students lost their lives, and many were seriously injured when the police was deployed on campus on the 10th December 1990. One of those who was seriously injured was our own late Speaker Jacob Olanya. May his soul rest in peace. The Honorable Mao is ever a bridge builder and peacemaker. Nobart Mao, at just 23 years old at that time, reached out to State House and secured an appointment to meet President Museveni, who received a student delegation led by Mao to discuss how to balance other national priorities with the need to ensure access to higher education for students from poor families, the so-called needy students. That conversation laid the foundation for continued government sponsorship of students in universities alongside private sponsorship. Finally, my Lord the Chief Justice, Honorable Nobart Mao has education, experience, skills, and connection locally and internationally to unite this House to deal with crises of confidence facing the members, leaders, and the institutions of Parliament. Nobart Mao is a senior advocate of 32 years standing. He has an undergraduate law degree from Makerere University and a postgraduate diploma in legal practice from the Law Development Center. He has an associate Bachelor of Arts degree and a Master's of Arts degree in Development Studies from Uganda Matters University. He has a Master's of Dispute Resolution and a certificate in International Commercial Arbitration from Pepperdine University, USA. In addition, he was a 2003 World Fellow at Yale University, USA. My Lord, the Chief Justice, Nobart Mao is the President General of the Democratic Party and until recently, Minister of Justice and Constitutional Affairs in the government of Uganda. Having been appointed following a cooperation agreement between the National Resistance Movement and the Democratic Party, Nobart Mao believes in managing our differences through concessional democracy, where we use points of agreement as foothold to find consensus in areas of disagreement. The candidates I present to you will guarantee the privilege, immunities, and independence of the members of Parliament. There is no better prerequisite for guaranteeing the freedom of debate that representation and oversight demands.
You should be winding up.
Most of light, than having a presiding officer who does not have an overbearing or coercive influence on members and is himself not under the overbearing or coercive influence of anybody. Nobart Mao is a patriot and was a firebrand legislator in the 6th and 7th Parliament. Now returned to Parliament after voluntarily leaving it 20 years ago. He left Parliament and went to serve with the district as the district chair of Gulu District Local Government. That is why he is commonly referred to as Mr. Chairman. He worked alongside others to support the peace process that silenced the guns in the north, in northern Uganda, and laid the foundation for post-conflict reconstruction. God has preserved him through many life-threatening situations in order to serve the country he loves for such a time as this. As Minister of Justice and Constitutional Affairs, he has been a champion of alternative dispute resolution, the protection of the intellectual property of the creative and promoter of access to justice in collaboration with the judiciary. As the political head of the Ministry of Justice, he supported the completion of the new building housing many of the justice, law, and order institutions, saving governments over 30 billion shillings annually in rent. Surely, he will quickly ensure the completion of the new parliamentary chambers so that we don't have to come to Kololo every time we have a grand sitting of Parliament. My Lord Chief Justice and honorable members, in conclusion, Honorable Mao, as the current chairman of the summit of the Inter-Party Organization for Dialogue, IPOD, understand what is at stake over the next 5 years and beyond. But at a deeper level, honorable members, Nobart Mao as a candidate for speaker is not the issue. The issue is what is at stake as we elect the speaker. And what is at stake is bigger than any candidate. The NRM has lived with Nobart Mao as Minister for Justice and Constitutional Affairs for 4 years. Surely, colleagues, NRM can live with Nobart Mao for 5 years as the speaker. So let us rise above partisan alliance and embrace the gift of Nobart Mao to the NRM and Uganda. Don't ask why Mao, but ask why not Mao. My Lord Chief Justice and honorable member, I beg to move. Thank you very much.
Let me have the seconder. Please, you have 2 minutes. Don't use more than that.
Much obliged. My Lord, the Honorable Chief Justice, and the honorable members, as per the Rule 5, Clause 9 of the Parliamentary Rules of Procedure, I, Patrick Okello Onguri, the Member of Parliament representing Aswa County in this 12th Parliament, rise on a motion to second the Honorable Nobart Mao to take the chair of this Parliament as the Speaker. I beg to move.
Thank you. The candidate, step forward to state your consent. Please note that as per the rules, you only state your consent to the nomination and nothing else.
Much obliged, my Lord. Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Uganda, my Lord, the Chief Justice, the honorable members of Parliament, in as few words as it takes, I, Nobart Mao, Member of Parliament for Laro Peche, hereby consent to my nomination to take the chair as the Speaker. Thank you very much. May God bless you.
Any other nomination?
Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Uganda, Your Lordship, the Chief Justice, colleagues, members of Parliament, I'm here on twofold. One, to close the nomination. Two, to move on a matter of procedure under Rule 17, Sub-Rule 1. My Lord, Office of the Speaker carries immense responsibilities, and the 11th Parliament has been alleged to have been the epicenter of corruption. Therefore, I move under Rule 17, Sub-Rule 1, causing for the suspension of Rule 5, Sub-Rule 3, and Rule 10, Sub-Rule 10, and to allow the nominated members to present their credentials such that we are able to assess whether they meet the requisite governance qualities that can restore public trust in the institution of Parliament and to protect the gains so far achieved. My Lord, it is of imperative necessity that you allow this proposal and you suspend Rule 5, Sub-Rule 3, and Sub-Rule 10 and grant the nominated candidates 15 minutes to address the House such that we are able to make informed decision. My Lord, the right to be heard before a decision is made is constitutional. Even in the Bible, when Adam and Eve sinned in the Garden of Eden, God first called them to defend themselves before he passed judgment onto them. So today, we are going to make decision to elect Speaker of Parliament. It would be good for us to hear from them and we make an informed decision. Your Lordship, my name is Uchenn Geoffrey, Member of Parliament representing Kyoga North constituency in Amalata district. I beg to submit.
Let me first of all begin by overruling you. Sub-Rule 3 you talk about actually prohibits campaigning by the members nominated. Secondly, Rule 10 only talks about consent. So can we then proceed? In view of the fact that more than one members have been nominated, I now announce the ballot will now be taken.
My Lord, I mentioned Rule 5, Sub-Rule 3, and Rule 5, Sub-Rule 10.
I've already made the ruling. I will not go back to it. No more procedure. Can we please close the nominations and proceed to take the ballot? So given that there is no any other candidate, I have 370 members present who are eligible to participate in the election. And in view of the fact that there is no more candidate, I close the nomination and I proceed to announce a ballot be taken in accordance with Rule 5, Sub-Rule 13. This election will be conducted beyond reproach. Therefore, for the sake of clarity and transparency, I wish to point out the following. Number one, everything will be done in the open, strictly in accordance with the rules. Two, the clerk will ascertain the number of honorable members present, and he has already done so. He tells me we have 370 members present. Each nominated candidate for the position of Speaker will designate an agent to come forward and witness the process of opening the ballot box to verify that the ballot box is empty. Ballot papers equivalent to the members present will be counted in the presence of the agent and put aside. When you, as the honorable member, arrives, you will be given one ballot paper in the presence of the designated agent. You will then go to the designated place to vote for your candidate. Suffice to mention is that the ballot papers are blank because nominations are conducted from here. However, I'm confident that each one of you knows how to read and write. You will write the name of the honorable member you are voting for Speaker in the blank space provided on the ballot paper. Therefore, thereafter followed the marked ballot paper and inserted into the ballot box in full view of everyone. Voting will be by secret ballot, and there is no voting by proxy. So can I have the agents forward? I'm not allowing procedure. Can I have the agents forward? I'm not allowing procedure. Can we have the